that's like a perfect. It's a perfect like balance of like starting the night or like ending the night, like going like leaving like the main place and like that everybody riding together. It's the perfect energy for that.
I was going for kind of like an intergalactic vibe, especially with like the twinkling.
It's like space party. It's basically like a space
that
party.
is exactly the vibe I was going for. So I'm so glad that comes across.
All right, hey yo, check this out. So my name is CHRVNS.
My name is Morgan.
And this is Shut Up and Listen. We were just listening to Disco Dive. It's off the album Flower something.
Future Flowers.
Future Flowers.
Yeah.
By the one and only. Girl Parallel, man.
What's up? What's good?
What's good,
dog?
Thank you for making the drive out here.
Yeah, thanks for having me. It's an honor to be on the podcast. Been watching. I watched a couple of episodes. Think what you guys are doing here is super cool.
I appreciate
And
that.
yeah, glad to be a part of this
Thank
journey.
you. Well, we just want to let everyone know who's in town and what's happening and music you can tap into that's local and support those local people. So we appreciate that. Speaking of which, to help support a lot of local people, we do have a website, shutupbham.com, where you can check out a calendar of local shows that are happening, especially with local artists opening for headlining tours. It helps support the local people in the community. And so that's somewhere where you can do that with.
Tell your friends. Tell your mom, tell your dog, get the people out there. Let's support the people. Let's support the people. It's a community effort out here, man.
Speaking of which, you have an album release party coming up.
Yes.
No, first of all, the last one was canceled and I was ready.
Yeah, but I was hella disappointed, but it is what it is. The Snow had an agenda. But we rescheduled it for February 24th. Same place, Wink Wink Boutique. First time I'm going to be performing all my songs with a live band. So that's super exciting too. I'm also very nervous about it, but it's going to be a fun time.
It's a great time. Wink Wink's also amazing, so that's going to be a really fun show.
Yeah, for sure.
And so it's going to be all ages, and what time? It's 7?
Yeah, 7 to 9.
7 to 9, perfect. I wanted to make sure I was correct on that. But so people can still go and support that on February, because this one's actually going to be coming out before, so it worked out perfect with the snow being rescheduled.
Yeah.
Saucy. All right, but hold on, because the first time I ever seen you as well as met you was Lawn Fest 2.
Yeah.
And then it was down at Boulevard Park, and you were just playing solo. So how is this transition? Like, what has it been like going? Because I know you just body it when you're by yourself. So how is this expansion looking, feeling? Fill us in.
It's really interesting to just be able to share my music with other people, and for other people to want to be a part of it with me and perform with me is just super cool. And it's interesting to see that growth, especially as a musician, because I've only started performing live for a few months. I started in July, so it's been interesting to see this growth. And yeah, I'm excited for more. I'm excited to keep making more music. Yeah, and I've been pretty excited about this album too. I'm glad that people are listening to it. Yeah, it's been a culmination of my headspace where I've been at for the past year, and I'm just so excited that it's finally out and people get to listen to it.
It's dope. I'd say 10 out of 10. I'm loving it.
I'm so glad.
It's good vibes.
Do you guys have a favorite song on the album?
Honestly, for me, it is actually the one you sent in, which I was surprised because I went through the whole album today, especially today at work before we came. And I feel like it was a perfect one also to show people just kind of just the album, which I really liked. So
yeah, I'm glad. That's kind of why I put it towards the end of the album. So it's kind of just like a quick party song, quick one before we go away.
Hey, hold on. And then it loops right back into the beginning.
Yeah.
That's always. Do you ever think about that? Like, I don't know. I'm super nerdy about that. Like, a way to end the album would be to maybe even end on the same note, or just something where if they loop the album, it just goes. Have you ever thought about that?
Ooh, I didn't do that with this one, but I'm planning on doing that with the next one. I'm looking to have more cohesion, just transitions between each song, because I do love when albums do that.
Yeah, saucy.
I was just more focused on getting the songs out there this time around.
Man. And how did that feel?
It feels pretty awesome because I do feel like this Future Flowers is also kind of concept album too, has themes of growth, very earthy, things like that. Yeah, it's exciting to share that with everyone. I'm so sorry, I just blanked. What was the question? Was there a question?
I forgot too.
I was
How
in
does it feel to get the songs out? Because you work on them for so long, and like, yeah, I was in there.
I don't know. Feels pretty good, Chris. feels pretty amazing.
No,
yeah,
man,
it's been something I've dreamed about for a long time. So I'm glad it's finally happening, and glad it's finally a reality.
Hell yeah.
Almost surreal a little bit. Yeah.
People get to listen to your art, especially watching, but people love being a part of that moment with you. So it's always, yeah.
Yeah.
But so because how long has the album been out?
So it's been since January 12th. So
January 12th?
Almost 3 weeks, coming up this Friday.
Woohoo!
Yeah.
So and then Moon Week's going to be the first show. Do you have anything that's coming up that that you're working on, or are you going to just kind of bask in the first one and go from there?
I do have a performance coming up this Saturday at the Ramble Tamble.
Hey, let's go.
That one's just going to be by myself. No live band for that one. But
Vibes.
It's still fun to be by myself.
Yeah.
Have backing tracks and just sing along with them. And it's still a pretty good vibe.
Is the plan to have a band moving forward, or is it just when the show vibe kind of fits it?
Honestly, a little bit of both. I'm hoping I can have a consistent band in the future, but I understand that people can be like hella busy and those kind of things can be hard to coordinate. So we'll make it happen. We'll make it happen in the future.
Are those band members part of other bands too?
I think so, yeah.
Okay, that's
Couple others.
like
Yeah,
all
I'm pretty sure.
Bellingham.
Yeah.
Everyone's always in some sort of
Yeah.
band.
We'll be right back after these messages. We'd like to give a special thanks to Lost Giant Cider Company, always providing us with our cider beverages and the best of the cider beverages. Visit Lost Giant's tap room in the heart of Bellingham at 1200 Meter Avenue in the Haskell Business Center. It's just down the street from Lakeway Fred Meyer.
This episode is brought to you by Menace Brewing. Menace Brewing is a pet and family-friendly brewery located in the heart of the Fountain District. Menace is family-owned and operated with 11 rotating taps and a wide array of alternative options. They are the local soccer football pub and offer many opportunities to get involved with the community. Menace has food trucks present every day, rotating events listed on their website, and print-on-demand merchandise delivered right to your door. How's it get better than that? Most times, you can stop by Menace to have a beer with one of the brewers or owners, as the brewery is a second home. So go ahead, what are you waiting for? Stop by Menace Brewing today.
And welcome back.
But yeah, I'm not sure what my music could look like a year from now. Well, I do have a lot of plans in motion for songs and albums, but since I'm gonna be graduating in this spring, I don't think I'll be staying in Bellingham. As much as Bellingham does have a special place in my heart, I will probably either move down to Seattle, maybe live back home with my parents for a little bit. So
What's the move? I'm saving money.
I'm just
Yeah.
like a year from now, I'm gonna
money.
be like, what's the move? Should I just continue to hang out in Seattle? Probably come up for Bellingham shows.
It always
Just keep
happens one or the
gigging
other.
like this.
You either stay in Bellingham and commute to Seattle, or you go to Seattle and you commute to Bellingham. Either way, it's tethered.
Yeah.
Especially music scene and like the shows that you can go back and forth doing. So I feel like either are a great option.
I do also have a Seattle show in the works coming up next month, so that's been a little bit fun to plan. Yeah. Hotel Crocodile, February 17th. The date is set in
So you'll
stone.
be upstairs.
Yeah, upstairs from the crocodile. It's not the actual crocodile. But hey, it's a
That's
step
super
up.
dope.
Yeah, it's a step.
That's super cool, actually. So we got a
That's
nice
sick.
little lineup. We'll make sure we put that in the caption. The nice couple shows that people can go see in Seattle and in Bellingham. Look at that. And so for your album that came out, was it songs that you had already written and then decided to put an album together, or how did that kind of come along? What was the inspiration part of how it actually came pieced together?
Yeah, I would say there's inspiration for the order of the songs on the album, as well as why I put them in the order that I did. There's one song on there that is the oldest song on there. I would say it's like 2 years old. I made the first demo on my phone back in like 2022.
Yeah.
But I feel like most of the songs on that album I wrote mostly in like 2023, just all throughout the year. And Even some songs as late as like October, November, and I was just like, why not squeeze this in here?
You know, it's
You
always
know?
that fresh one. You know what I'm saying? Why
It
not?
kind of goes with the theme I'm trying to like create here and get everyone to see.
He's gonna stick the little
Yeah.
bow on top. And then boom, finish it up.
Finishes
Honestly,
the
I would
story.
say for me personally, my favorite song on the album, or one of them that's like really up there for me, would probably be "Love Me Not," because I would say it fits in the theme with Future Flowers, the themes of and motif of growth that I'm trying to go for. Because I just saying, hey, flowers aren't gonna convince you to stay with this man. You should leave him regardless. It was inspired by themes of girls, you know, picking petals off of daisies, going, he loves me not. Don't give him the time of day. Don't never give them the time of day, because they're not thinking about you the way you are with, you know, the work you're putting in with these flowers. So that's kind of what the message I was trying to go for in this song, and I'm glad people seem to like it.
It's a great song. The whole album in itself, and like the meaning of growth, and then especially from having songs that old to even up to October, I feel like even goes
That's
with
growth.
that theme. You know,
Yeah.
you get to see that growth in different ways musically and just like the headspace. So I feel like it's a great piece to show people a side of you while making.
Yeah. It's really interesting to hear what someone's favorite song on the album is, because I'll be like, oh, I was in this headspace at this time when I was writing this album. And someone will tell me that, oh, this is my favorite song. And I'll be like, I was in a terrible headspace when I came up with this idea. But, you know, I'm glad the experiences I had that led to writing this song is something that you enjoy.
You know, art.
That's the
That's what art is, and that's the true beauty of it. And yeah, I believe that art is something that should be celebrated at all stages. And I don't have any specific destination in mind, so it's just really exciting that
Just
people
make it.
are just, you know, here, willing to support me and willing to be a part of this journey.
That's it. That's
that.
it.
Peace and love.
And we're here to support as well. So for that, how long before putting music out for, in this sense, how long has music been like a part of what you've been doing? Is it always been there, or did you randomly, or
I
just?
would say it's always been there. I feel like I've always kind of been coming up with tunes. Didn't always sound great, but I started getting more courage to show what I had been making to like friends, family members. And it was nice to get positive feedback from them, even though I was just like at times shoving it in their face, and I'm like, "Hey,
No, you gotta
check
hear
out
this.
check out this beat I made on GarageBand. Check it out."
You got to. There's that sense of excitement. You gotta
It's
see it.
It's exciting to share your art with people.
It's, you know, look what I did.
Look at what I made. And sometimes my friends would be like, "Yo, this actually sounds good." And it got me to thinking, maybe I could actually release something, put something out there for everybody to consume. And that's where I'm at now.
It's
Hell
going
yeah.
great. I love that. And so you said you're graduating. What did you go to school for? What was the school plan?
I was just kind of flip-flopping between majors for the first couple of years until I
did
finally
that.
settled on like business marketing, which I feel goes with music
It
pretty
actually
well.
does.
'cause
Once you get into music,
music,
there's
all
so
these-
much. It's just
Yeah.
business at one point that you got to
Yeah.
be able to handle to also be able to put out the art.
As
so
much as it is about the art and the talent that comes with that and the passion that comes into creating that, you also do need to be able to market yourself and
market
be able
and
to
also
capture people's attention, which is not super easy.
It's not marketing.
Even
not
if you're
that
like
easy.
pleading, even if you're in front of a camera and you're like, please listen to my music. There is a little bit more that does come with it, and it's interesting to learn about all of the things that go into the other side of it. Yeah.
The other side, the being able to manage like the shows and the business side, it's nice that you have that balance of being able to create and then also the education of just business.
Just kind of like, hey, how can I get people to look at the content that I'm creating and that sort of thing.
And now look at you. You have an
Yeah.
album release coming
here,
up,
babe.
and
Look
a
at
show
us.
people can see in Bellingham and in Seattle. So I feel like you're doing both great. You're putting out great music, and you're marketing great. So
Yeah. It's
And-
pretty awesome. Did you have a favorite song on the album?
I'm not the simmer. I'm out to simmer on you.
You can come back. You can get back to me.
I'm gonna get back to you on it.
Yeah. Okay, sounds good.
We'll be right back after these messages.
This episode is brought to you by Black Noise Records, located downtown off Bay Street. They pay top prices for records in Bellingham and the greater Bellingham area. Cash and store credit. Go get 10% off your next record purchase when you tell the cashier you've listened to Shut Up and Listen podcast.
This episode is brought to you by Binary Recording Studios, located where? Right here in Whatcom County. Binary has been in business for 1, 2, 3, I don't even know how long, but they are offering the best and the best and the best of the best video and audio production. So if you're a band and you're looking to record an album, or if you have any other audio recording needs, Binary Recording Studio is going to be where you need to go. My boy Bob, he will set you up. He will make sure that you are set up for what? Success. He gonna make sure that you are good to go. And welcome back.
And so for the project that came out, and for that, have you, sorry, I was going to ask another question about favorite music while you simmered. What's the song that surprised you the most that people love, or is there?
Honestly, I'm surprised about Castle. So people just seem to be vibing with it a lot, but it's one of those songs for me I've just heard so much that I'm like, it doesn't feel like a song for for me anymore. I've just heard it and sang it so much. You ever have songs like that?
Wait. Hold on. Elaborate.
Where you've just heard it so much. Maybe you've played it, other people have played it in the car or something, and you just heard it so much.
To the T.
Yeah,
yes.
I'm just like, this isn't a song for me. It's just a bunch of tracks layered on top of each other.
Once you know all the pieces that went into it, that's how you see it.
That's kind of how I view my music personally. So it's interesting to get like other people's opinions and see what they like hear and feel when they're listening to my music.
I feel like it'll be interesting to see what people like, what their first song they really liked, and then because I feel like when you first listen to an album, you're like, this song is great, and then the more as you listen to an album, you're like, this song isn't like how that favorite will change.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
We'll make sure we ask you that in the future.
In the future, flowers will go.
Exactly. Let's see.
We awake, baby. We here. Ooh. It's the future right now.
You're dark. Anyways, did you have a random question you wanted to ask for this interview?
I wanted to go back to the beginning. Let's go to the past flowers. So like, you said you've had ideas in your mind the whole time, but what was that actual like first step into like even using a DAW for the first time, or the first instrument you picked up?
First instrument I picked out was probably a guitar.
How old were you?
It was sixth grade. I was going into sixth grade.
Okay.
I think my mom has a video of me just looking like so excited and happy that I was holding a guitar. I'm like, oh my goodness, I can't believe this is finally happening. That doesn't mean I'm great at the guitar now. Like 10-ish years later. But
sound good to me?
But I feel like I'm really more of a fan of the piano. Are you asking more about like how I got into music or about the album itself? Like the
we're going music in general first. Yeah. Okay. And then we go, yeah.
Okay.
Both technically, but
yeah.
See how we got to this album.
So I was a choir kid.
Oh,
if
what?
That tells you anything.
Yeah.
Proud and true choir kid, you know?
I did jazz band for a little bit there too.
That's awesome.
My parents made me do orchestra in middle school though.
Dude, I love orchestra.
I've kind of been around, picked up a couple instruments.
I know a few things.
Some of them didn't really stick.
What'd you play in orchestra?
I was violin 2.
Let's go, yeah.
I was not good enough to be violin 1. But hey, at least I can settle for 2.
You know? It takes the pressure off.
Yeah, for sure.
I was clarinet too, so don't worry.
Oh, nice.
I always want to learn violin.
I know, I loved orchestra. I loved strings.
Don't ask me to play one right now. Let me spare your ears.
Well, on today's surprise, no. And so, how many instruments, if you don't remember, like, how many instruments have you played, and do you know? You don't have to remember that.
In my rotation right now, I would say, like, 3 main ones, just guitar, bass, and piano.
Solid.
Solid.
That's all you really
Yeah,
need because
that's-
piano
all
turned
kind
into
of-
MIDI.
yeah.
You got your drums right there.
Honestly, what you mostly need for when it comes to producing too.
Yeah, that's yeah.
Yep.
I could learn more. I mean, I do have it as a goal in life to be able to learn, at least pick up one more instrument. But, I'm just going to focus on making music for now, honestly.
You
Gotta
know,
put that one on the back burner.
Maybe next
I
year.
like to stick with what I know.
2026 will be my year.
Mark that down.
If you ever get a chance, try to play a theremin one time.
Sorry, which one?
A theremin.
Oh. Which one is that
Just
one?
it's like you're not touching
Oh.
it. It's just that shit's so
Ooh,
fun.
Should give that one a try.
Yeah. 10 out of 10 recommend.
Yep.
Gotta write that down. I gotta write that one down. I'm taking a mental note.
Mental notes, He's here with the wisdom.
You are dispensing your wisdom. And
Make some drone packs out of that, bro. That's for like hall reverbs, but use some like weird texture, like granulizers. If you want wisdom, I got you. I'm gonna draw some bars right now. You make these packs and then you put it all in the back of the mix and just kind of fills that extra space and twinkles in the top of the ears.
Yeah.
create some resonance.
I'll be quiet. I got really excited about that, yeah.
I believe you, every word you said. Fun fact, this is sitting in my living room, and then I go, yeah, that sounds so cool.
Sounds good to me.
I was like, that sounds like it's right. So back to you. So you have the shows coming up, and is there any songs that people are gonna, like, albums for people to expect, or do we get to just reminisce in this one for a while?
I do have some ideas and themes in place for future albums that probably aren't gonna come out anytime soon because this one just came out.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Do you have any collabs with anyone, or is there anyone in town you want to collab with?
Yeah. Hey. You want to collab with me? Feel free to reach out.
Tell them how to get you.
At Girl Parallel on Instagram if you want to reach out to me.
You can also follow
I'm
and stay
so
up to
down
date.
to do collabs and work with other people in town.
Let's go.
So yeah, have some ideas in place for my next album. I already know what it's gonna be called, but. Should I drop it?
I was like, do we get to know? Do we get to be let in? Do we get the exclusive? Or is it going to be a secret?
So the idea with Future Flowers, it's kind of like grounded in earth, very kind of like green themed, all about growth. But for this next album, I kind of want to have more of like a spacey vibe theme, more like kind of in space. I kind of want to go for like a more comic book vibe sort of thing too, like intergalactic superhero. I'm kind of like same thing like MF Doom did.
Okay.
Like
I'm loving it. I'm loving
comic
it.
book vibes, and it was gonna be called Planet Parallel.
That sounds sick, actually. That's a
Yeah.
good one.
Playing around in a parallel universe.
Yeah, in a parallel universe, exactly. Like I'm running parallel, not gonna intersect with anybody kind of anytime soon. But I was also thinking there would be like themes of geometry in there, cause like why the hell not?
Yeah.
I love
I
it.
won't spoil everything like right out of the gate, but this is something you can expect to see in the next year.
I'm excited. That sounds super cool, actually. So now it's not, you didn't spoil anything. You got the people excited.
I gotta get them excited for Planet Parallel because it's a metaphor for how I'm taking off.
You heard it here first.
Let's go.
What can I say?
And so, did you have any final question for us before we wrap up?
All right. What has been the most influential concert that you've ever seen? Like not concert,
Ooh.
but set. It could be any artist and like anywhere, anytime. What was the most influential one you ever seen for yourself?
Like of all time,
Of all
that
time.
you've seen with your eyes,
like just like
Of
ever.
any-
ever.
Can I be basic?
Yeah.
Probably that one Tyler the Creator concert I went to.
Which one was
Honest
yours?
Call Me If You Get Lost tour.
Yeah.
The vibes were so immaculate.
When he walks out the crib, he
Yeah.
just.
It was perfect. It was a perfect experience.
Yeah, I would say his kind of sounds are like, I love this kind of like weirdness in his sounds, and I use that as like an influence with my music. I especially with those kind of like weird spiky synths I use.
Yeah.
I'm just like, I'm trying to go for something, different that sounds also refreshing at the same time.
That's it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I love that. That's a great influence for that as well. That was a great concert too.
Yeah, we were there.
Yeah. You guys were there?
Yeah.
It was pretty.
At the Common Players?
Yeah.
I realize I'm really
Ooh,
short
yeah.
for being in the standing area, so I had my calves are excited to just
Oh,
try
yeah.
to see the whole time. But it was a fun. It was a
when
good time.
Corso came on, and he was like walking down, and then as soon as it dropped, just all the like there was. I don't even know what that.
I remember the last song he did in the set was "Run It Up," and the vibes were just so good. I just knew I needed to have those kind of vibes in my music,
Yeah.
and I tried to emulate that with Disco Dive a little bit, which is why I kind of like put that at the end. It's like,
And they're
that
right.
Is
on a
the
high
song
note.
I love that.
And on a high note, literally call it a B flat because it's a high note, a high B flat.
That's hard. That's hard.
That was perfect. Oh, sorry. Well, thank you so much for joining us. It's been a great time. We're definitely gonna be at your album release and
February 24th.
Wink, wink, boutique. See you there.
And then one in Seattle for people who are in Seattle, which
Yeah,
February.
17th at the Hotel Crocodile.
Look at that. Well, thank you so much. And again, this is Shut Up and Listen, and you can listen to us on all platforms that a podcast is on. We're here to support local artists, and you can do the same by following who you're watching and listening to their music, by going onto the website and seeing the upcoming shows that are in the area. And you can submit your show and tag us on Instagram if you have that post that your show's coming out. Tag us in your story, tag us in your post, so we can reshare it on our story and let people know what's happening in town.
Help us help you.
Exactly.
Thank you guys so much for having me on today. It was
Thank you for being here.
pleasure.
Thank you.
Real pleasure.
It's a dark drive to get here, so I appreciate
Ooh,
you
yeah.
making the
I'm
jump.
glad the snow gone. I'm just glad that snow gone, man.
That's true.
For the
Oh,
drive.
yeah.
I like the snow when it was here, but not for the drive.
I
was
was
nice.
not rocking with the snow.
I was not.
I had to cancel. I had to reschedule my show because of it.
I was ready to.
But now we get to talk about it. Now we get to
Yeah.
tell even more people
Yeah,
about it.
it's
So,
good to get that publicity.
you know,
Let me know if you need that 20. I got you.
Hey.
20 minutes, I don't know.
and this is also a time where we want to shout out the people who make this whole thing happen. Shout out to Rockasol Studios
Shout out Bob one time.
and Binary Bob from Binary Recording Studio
Can
for
I
making
shout
this
out
happen.
somebody?
Absolutely.
Shout out to Cisco. He's in the back room right there.
Cisco,
he
come
helped
in
me
here.
mix. He helped me mix my entire album, and a lot of this would not be possible without him.
You know, we have to chat with
We gotta
him.
get a picture with Cisco after this, too. We gotta get him in the picture after.
And a shout out to Lost Giants. Where's the other one?
Menace.
Cisco,
Huh?
get him in there.
Let's go, Cisco! Yo!
The one who made it out and
Wait,
We made it.
y'all made
We
it.
gotta go parallel.
Go stream it right now. Future Flowers out right now. Man. Shut up, man. It's brewing.